Ladies and gentlemen.
You can't wait to
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I want to welcome you to episode 3 of No Hesi Hoopcast. I got my usual suspects beside me, MVP, and we got new name, Leak, next to us.
So we got two new names
I'm
in.
MVP.
Are you MVP?
Yeah.
See, he screwed me up. He changed his name from MVP to Leak, and now
You
he's
screwed it up.
You got me all screwed up now. Black Moses, Leak next to me.
Hold on. Today,
I'm
I'm hoodie black.
Hoodie Black.
You just said so. We all could have done this, you know? It would
No,
have been kind of cool.
that wouldn't have made it so special.
Right.
So that's good. I like that. Hoodie Black.
It's hoodie black tonight. How y'all doing, man?
I'm doing great. I am J.R. Schwab. We're going to kick this episode off real quick. We had a lot of big changes in the NBA world so far in this offseason. And we're going to start it off with the prodigal son being traded to the Boston Celtics. Kyrie Irving no longer wanting to play with LeBron James, so they don't say, or whatever. But now he's on the Boston Celtics running his own team. Are the Celtics better? Do they have a chance to achieve? Does Kyrie give them that leverage? We've been waiting for them to get a superstar, and now they've got their superstar. Is what the Celtics needed?
Listen, first and foremost, the dichotomy between LeBron and Kyrie, caused that situation to happen. He was tired of being pushed into a role, so to speak. So he was like, you know what? In order for me to grow as a player, I need to go to another squad. And I believe that he got blessed by going to the Celtics because they're looking like they are on the up and up on the East. You know what I mean?
Danny Ainge's master plan finally coming to fruition.
Well, Danny Ainge held those picks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he didn't give them up for like 2-3 years. You know, the Brooklyn picks. So he finally found something that he thought was worthy. And I agree. I mean, Kyrie Irving, you got a champion. He wasn't going to get that with any of those other trades.
Right.
But yeah, Boston's going to be a whole new team this year. They're literally going to be completely different. They got to learn how to play. They got to build chemistry. I mean, it's just a completely different team. So I don't know where that puts them at, but it's going to be exciting to see.
Well, I think it automatically puts them right where they were last year. I mean, they're not worse.
They got the best free
Right.
agent acquisition this year in the offseason, and Gordon Hayward as well too.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
they now have Gordon Hayward, Kyrie Irving, and Al Horford running the show. So they have their big three, to try
It's this
and
little
set it
thing
up.
called
medium
chemistry.
three?
This is a little thing called
Medium
chemistry.
three, lightweight.
medium.
Yeah, Kyrie Irving he isn't the best team player. Let's be
Right.
clear about that. There's got to be a chemistry factor, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Kyrie Irving, even when he was the point guard in Cleveland, he didn't make anybody better. Not saying he can't do that now, but what I'm saying is I think there's going to be more of an acclimation process. It's not as sexy as people think it is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I will say this, though. Gordon Hayward already has a relationship with the coach.
Mm-hmm.
So that being said, it won't be as difficult on the floor with someone like Gordon Hayward kind of, being the stopgap between the coach
Right.
and the players.
I agree.
So,
It's more so the play style because Kyrie Irving is going to be the point guard.
he's never really been a distributor. Let's be clear.
No, he
about
hasn't.
that.
He hasn't. So, this guy's really going to have to learn how to play off of him if you're not willing to pass the ball.
I feel like that's where, though, with them being superstars already in their own right, it's going to be a lot easier than it is to bring in, one guy and then like 2 or 3 or 4 other guys that are either starters or going to be the sixth man off the bench. They did get that as well, too, but, these are the two main cogs, and like we said, they're superstars in the
Right.
game right now.
Right.
Either way, Danny Ainge is winning. He could have pulled the trigger on draft night, didn't. Waited, got the guy that he wanted. So, and got rid of that undersized point guard that is hurt now, right? So there's that. Shout out to IT though.
Speaking of somewhat undersized point guards, we also had a big trade that I didn't see coming. I don't know if you guys did. CP0, now formerly CP0, now CP3, traded to the Houston Rockets to go play with his buddy James Harden. It's a good look. I guess the Harden experiment at the point guard position is now done and over with.
I mean, obviously, if you bring Chris Paul in your team, that's it. That's your point guard.
Right.
But Chris Paul can play off the ball. I remember he was a big-time scorer back in college and high school. He decided to tone it down. I always felt like he could have scored more, but he decided to tone it down to make sure that he was distributing. So it's going to be interesting because they don't got nobody else.
I think it was a lateral move. This out of all of the moves that's happened in the offseason, this is my least favorite because who else do they have now? I mean, they lost a lot and they gained CP, who was an all-star, but like you said, him and James Harden, I mean, there's one ball there.
Can they coexist?
There's one ball. So to me, they're the Clippers of this season, where they're gonna like kind of be there, but like still get exited in the second round.
Yeah.
Are we about to see two usage rates of over 45%, and the rest of the guys on the team only have less than 10%?
Well, I'm still trying to figure out what that bench looking like right now, and it's a little difficult.
They got rid of Lou Will and Pat Bev.
Ryan Anderson and Clint Capella, I think, are the only guys I can remember being on and Eric Gordon. They're the only three.
Eric Gordon's there. Trevor Ariza's still there.
Will Eric Gordon be a starter now, or how is this gonna? I don't understand how this works.
CP is the 1 and 2. Trevor Ariza will be the 3, and then after that,
it's probably gonna be Anderson and
Capella. They re-signed Nene though, didn't they?
Yeah, we still got Nene.
Okay.
It's not horrible.
It's not sexy either.
Yeah, it's not sexy. That's for
it's
sure.
definitely not sexy.
Talking about something that is sexy.
Oh yeah, this is
the
sexy.
Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah. Oh.
Lightweight pulled off two whopping trades with no assets, or at least the assets that we thought they had. They didn't even give them up in Steven Adams, or I guess Russell Westbrook would be the other asset, and they ended up getting Paul George.
Robertson.
That's right. That newly signed contract. Paul George coming to the Oklahoma City Thunder to come play with Russ.
Yeah.
This just means Leak's pipe dream for his Lakers is now out the window for Russell Westbrook going to the Los Angeles Lakers. He signed that extension as well, too.
It is what it is. He chose his bed, and he'll lay in that.
Hoodie Mello also decided to lift that no trade clause. And
of course, right?
All right.
I think anybody would take the Thunder over the Knicks at this point.
He'd be a fool not to, right? Listen, this is like it's like a girl that was already, very beautiful in her own way, getting upgrades, right? You know what I mean? Getting those butt shots and that chest work, Now she's looking like
right
now she's looking like a supermodel. You know what I mean? Ready to go.
I love the move. This is if you don't have league pass. I mean, here's your excuse right here, right?
Right.
Hey honey, I just spent 130 on league pass. Sorry, this is your excuse.
And they're going to be on national TV a lot as well.
Absolutely.
Like we just said with the Rockets, though, I don't know what that bench is looking like. Because you both were talking about Nick Collison the other day about being the only bench player on the team.
Well,
I haven't heard Black Moses talk about Nick Collison since he used to confuse Darren Collison for him a couple of years ago.
Yeah, Nick Collison still won't play. Pat Patterson will play.
They're just keeping him around.
I don't know who else. I don't know. Yeah, Nick Collison's there. He must be like good enforcement for the coach or something.
Pat Patterson will get ticked. Let's
he'll get ticked. Melo's gonna play the 4. That's why Pat Patterson's gonna come off the bench.
Right.
Yeah.
But they got versatility now where Melo could come off the bench, or because that was the problem.
What's that?
When Russ sat, there was no
They
production.
got 3 guys. They can keep one of these guys on the court at all times.
I don't think Melo comes off the bench. I think you bring him out 6 minutes into the game or something, and bring him back later.
I mean, he's gonna have second unit work.
Melo's got to start, but one of those guys, they can carry all 3 of them can carry a team by themselves.
Absolutely.
Specifically, a purgatory team.
Right.
So it's almost like it's like them 3 in purg. You know what I mean? Like
one question I have though, and I pose this to you guys as well. How do you think the coach is going to be able to, because he's still, you figure he's only been in the pros for a couple seasons now with these guys. Mm-hmm. How is he going to make this work? Because, they're all stars, but they're going to need some type of a system to work in, right? Can he do it?
I don't know how. Yes, I think he can. I don't know how, but the only reason I can say that he can is because he did it when he was at Florida. He had 3 huge players in Joakim Noah, Al Horford, and Corey Brewer.
Yep.
I mean, they were 3 big stars, and he managed those for 2 years, won 2 championships with them.
Yeah.
So I think I think Billy Donovan will be able to do it. How he goes about that, I don't know.
He's had a lot of success so far, and he's had that success in the midst of people doubting him. because he's so new in the situation.
Right.
They exceeded expectations. They got to where they were supposed to get to when KD was there his first year.
Right.
And then they exceeded expectations with Russ's sole year.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I can't put any limitations on him no more. I know he knows how to strap down on defense, and I know Russell feels comfortable. I know everybody on that team is bought in completely. So because of that, I've got to give Billy Don, the faith.
Last thing on the Thunder, is this now the all Chuck-worthy team with Russ, Melo, and PG?
Yeah.
I mean, really, they've been, besides, who else? Who else was a chucker? I mean, those are really three of the main chuckers.
I kind
right
of see
now
it playing
still.
like I kind of see.
He's
J.R.
he's
Smith
spitting
is the
facts
only
right.
one.
I could
If they
differ-
added J.R. Smith,
Exactly,
Kyrie
they would
Irving,
obviously
then it would be.
the obvious all Chuck team.
That's facts.
I could put levels on it because I know Paul George. He lightweight.
He's docile.
Yeah, he's docile. He's beta George. You know what I mean? So I know that Melo is going to take more assisted shots than Paul George.
Right.
So it's really just about it's all where Russ mentality is at. But I mean, he's literally the MVP.
He's
like
the MVP,
if anybody's flying high right now, it's Russ.
He feels like
Definitely.
he averaged a triple double with the squad they had last year.
He feels like he is the new Jordan. You know what I mean?
Russ
Like-
finally got that help.
He got his squad.
Per se.
But how much help does Russ need, right?
Hey, give Russ all that. Look, hey, we want Russ to have help, right?
Right,
Russ
right.
has been like dragged in the dirt. You know what I mean? Like he's been stepped on, and he's still standing strong.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know. This is gonna be exciting. It's gonna be
Hey,
exciting.
salute Presti, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Sam Presti is already, I think,
Shout out to
executive of the year locked up in my
Right.
book.
Like we starting at the finish line.
Hey, Presti, if you ever need an intern or anything like that, man, holla at Hesi,
Yeah.
Hey,
Presti, if you need an advisor, you know what I mean?
We'll
help you do your
don't
job,
worry.
you know?
Don't worry.
Yeah,
Hey,
you coulda-
I'll just do paperwork for you, man. I ain't tripping. I'm trying to get a chip.
3/4 of that banana boat squad changed teams this year. That third member being DWade, now in the land, playing with his brother from another mother, LeBron James. The Cavs also got a little better. They got Isaiah Thomas in the trade, and they also got
D-Rose.
Derrick Rose in the offseason and free agency.
Jay Crowder.
Jay Crowder in the trade from Boston as well, too. I think DWade, of those 3 or 4 names, though, is the most significant because I think because they have Isaiah Thomas and they have LeBron James, who both can score the ball, D-Wade can now sit back and pick his spots. And I think he'll be more effective that way. The Chicago experiment didn't work out. I think this Cavs look is going to be a great look for him in this season to come.
Well, he's literally riding on Bron's coattails right now. I mean, he's flabby and sick. All due respect to Wade, because
the roles reversed?
listen, hear me out. All due respect to Wade, he's probably third best shooting guard of all time, arguably. But at this stage in his career, I mean, he's most likely going to come off that bench. Let's be real, unless J.R. Smith, defects to the GOAT.
I mean, I would imagine he would.
There's no need to really, but I'm saying that to say
For those images.
Bron is still prime.
For those pictures.
optics.
Yeah, for those optics. Like we can't have Wade pictured on the bench with all those guys. Like, come on, he needs to be next to Bron at all times.
But they need somebody to run that second unit
Right.
with D Rose or whoever comes off the bench. So I think in this stage in his career, we're fine with that. It's not as bad as if this happened a few years ago or something like that. This is Wade kind of on his victory lap.
Instead
So
of a flabby and sick, more of a flabby and tender Wade right now.
nah, he's not tender. That's for sure.
He's past the point of hardening. He's back to the tender.
He averaged 18 last year. I mean,
Are we disrespecting Wade?
and listen, and they made the playoffs.
But his face looks a little different, right?
Well, I mean,
that hair on the top he's got going on.
He's looking a little like Martin Lawrence right now.
yeah. Well, he's got. Well, that's his lineage. Gives him those chipmunk cheeks. But aside from that, Wade looks like he looks like Prime Wesley from White Man Can't Jump at this point. I say he's still got a lot left in the tank. I remember we doubted him like 2 years ago, and said he's done, and then he showed out in the playoffs. So my thing is with him being on this team and as deep as they are, this is the deepest team he's ever been on. This is the deepest team LeBron's ever been on. Deepest team D-Rose ever been on.
Yeah.
So I mean these guys, and there's a lot of DNA.
It's the
now.
all second chance team, right?
I would say so. Yeah, it's that redemption team.
It's the redemption roster, right?
Okay, so with those moves that were made, just real quick, who you like better in the East, the Celtics or the Cavs?
Well, I think it's a collision course for both of them, unless barring a major injury, which is always the case. Yeah, it's we're looking at them.
Yeah.
It definitely ain't gonna be Toronto.
I see the
Washington.
I see the Cavs. I see the Cavs as the best team in the East by far.
Yeah.
No even second guessing.
So much DNA on that team.
But I don't think it's a collision course though at all. I feel like Boston's got to get past Washington. I don't feel it's the other way around.
See, I don't think John Wall can get them over the hump with what he's got right now.
What they go to last year? 6 or 7?
He's not working with as much.
They went to 7 last year.
That was last year.
I'm just saying. Hold on. They went to 7 last year.
With IT pretty much put the team on his
IT
back.
put him on his back. Now they don't have their 3 toughest guys. I'm just saying it's a whole new team now. I'm just saying.
All right.
It's a whole new team. Washington, they've been building up to where they getting to. So I would say with that progression, it looks like.
I put Washington in the same tier as Toronto, though.
I don't.
I do.
I don't.
You like that?
Yeah, actually, I put Boston. I put this new Boston, Washington, and Toronto in the same tier. Actually,
I still think Boston's above both of them.
Why are we giving Boston this pass?
Going into that, I mean, they spent so much money to bring Otto Porter back when they could have used that to do something else. I just thought they didn't really get better.
But they already got to the 7. They already got to the 7 game in the semifinals against a team who's no longer intact.
Did Boston get better or no?
I don't know yet. I can't just say yes. Because IT gave you what Kyrie Irving going to give you.
But then we also can't say that Washington is on the same level of Boston.
Well,
we don't know if they got better.
If Washington was this much behind Boston, and then I don't know if Boston got better, but I know Washington will get better by the time the playoffs come. I gotta put them right there.
You don't think adding?
Why wouldn't they? Because remember last year they started off really bad. And then they ended up becoming, if you took away the first 20 games, they were like the top 5 teams in the NBA.
We can see a flip this year, and they start off really good at the beginning, and they just
So you're not going off history now, though. I'm going off the actual history.
But we're not going off history. We're going off what's happening right now. It's a new season, new things.
Listen,
I think Boston's better than Washington.
We're getting a little.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I understand how you can think that. I mean, if I was a casual, I would too.
Talk again. Gotta throw it out.
Listen, this is how you know hoop season coming back because it's getting very heated right now, right?
I was already ready to walk out before we even started this episode. It's something somebody said. Moving on, one of the other big free agent signings this year,
Rudy Gay.
We're not doing this. First of all, we're not doing this because I already got chided.
Well, we have to now. He just threw it out there.
We're gonna start with Paul Millsap first.
Yo, I'm gonna take this.
Paul Millsap to Denver Nuggets is a bigger signing than Rudy Gay to the San Antonio Spurs.
How so?
Did you write the script for this episode?
That's how.
Hey, listen, I respect the host. I respect you as the host, Schwab. But correct me if I'm wrong. San Antonio is a perennial chip tape, right?
Absolutely.
That just added another 20 points a game scorer, right?
Yeah.
Potentially. You think Pop gonna let him do that on that roster?
There are no black holes.
Rudy Gay does and takes
That's an anti-black hole roster.
Well, let's talk about Paul pushback and get it out of the way.
No, you know what? Let's just move on. You got the image of Paul pushback all ready for you guys. And,
he was looking so
Kurt,
prime
just
last night too.
Scratch that Paul Millsap if you've already put it on there. I'm sorry to the people. We're not even going to go into Paul Millsap anymore. Because I was also told, even though they all got the email of the outline, I didn't include Jimmy Butler on this list. So let's forget about Rudy Gay. Forget about Paul pushback. Let's talk about Jimmy Butler going to the Minnesota.
That's more like it.
I like
that. I can agree with that.
Swerve, Jimmy Butler. Let's do this.
All right.
Because I think they're number 2, possibly in the West right now.
We just said Oklahoma is the sexiest team
They're
out
the sexiest.
right now.
They're the sexiest.
Minnesota's not over OKC.
They're a close third. They're about as close as Washington is behind Boston right now. Let's put it that way.
No, you're talking about a team that hasn't even made the playoffs yet. Listen how, you know what? I'm gonna walk off now. You're talking about a team that has not played. The only game they played. Dog, I don't even.
Hashtag trust Tibbs.
There's not much.
Trust
There's not much DNA on the roster.
No.
Let's be very clear. They did get better by adding Jimmy Butler, who we saw last year and the year
Absolutely.
before
Right.
can be your franchise guy.
Real talk.
They just re-signed Andrew Wiggins, right? Who, I mean, let's keep it
averaged
real.
really, yeah.
Put the spotlight on Andrew Wiggins because he
Absolutely.
needs to be an all-star this
Absolutely.
year. Let's
Absolutely.
be very
I think
clear.
to be
Is that
that
possible?
number 2 in the
Is
West.
that possible? I mean,
It's deep
They
in
have
that
to do
position,
that.
but I think he needs to be an all-star in order to earn what he just got.
yeah.
Who's he
right.
making his all-star team over when Cat barely made it last year with the lack of bigs that are in, at least last year with all the injuries and everything, the lack of bigs that were going to be for the all-stars. Cat
DMC
barely
might
made
not
the
make it.
squad.
Wolf.
You know
Man.
AD gonna be there.
Yeah.
You know Cat gonna be there.
Yeah.
You know is Blake gonna be there?
I don't know if Blake
does
gonna be
Wiggins
there.
Who does
qualify
Blake
as the
defer
guard,
to?
though?
Right.
Austin Rivers?
But how many games is Blake gonna play this year?
I gotta assume if he's ready to go now, I gotta assume he's gonna be healthy.
Hopefully.
I mean, if you're working in the Clippers organization, if Blake's on the court working right now with everybody else, you're saying, yeah, let's go. You
Sigh
know
of
what I mean?
relief, definitely.
Yeah. So I mean,
But,
Blake's making the All-Star game.
I don't know, man. I think they definitely got better. They're probably a top 5 team on the West.
I think.
But let's not
Okay,
jump.
look.
Let's
This
not
is
jump the gun.
preseason. We're doing a primer episode. Like we're talking about.
Are we gonna
these
throw them
squads.
over the Blazers? Even are they better than the Blazers?
I
already?
think so,
I think they're better than the
yeah.
Blazers.
Yeah,
The
I
Blazers
think so.
still need a big man or something.
Remember with Nurkic, they went what 20-4.
Nurkic,
They went 20-4
He's
before
nice,
he
but
broke his
Nurkic
leg.
is definitely
Trust him to
nice.
Carry them though.
They lost Allen. They lost Allen Crabbe.
Dame's gonna carry him.
No, but what I
Yeah.
mean is you still need a big man down low because there's a lot of big men in the West
Bro,
to combat.
they went 20-4 with Nurkic. I mean, he looked
They
like
lost Allen Crabbe.
Yeah,
they
they
He
need.
was playing out of his mind then too.
They need something
that's
else.
what he's gonna do though.
They
Not
need
all the
something
time,
else.
though.
They needed
Yeah.
Hoodie Mello. I mean, let's be clear.
I think with these three, I think that's a big three. I think that's gonna form.
Nurkic?
I think that's gonna be a big three by the time this season's
Who,
over.
Nurkic,
absolutely.
Dame,
Yeah.
and CJ
Yep,
McCollum?
yep.
A big 3?
Yeah, well,
feel like I was-
they'll all average 20 points a game.
I feel like I was trying to explain.
Will
to you
Nurkic
who-
average
I
20
think
points a
Nurkic
game?
averaged 20 a game. He was averaging like 18 during that stretch with him.
Hey, Kurt, can we freeze frame that portion and make sure we thumbnail that?
Because I think I was trying to explain. I was trying to explain to you guys who
I
Nurkic
think
was
so,
2
right
years
here.
ago when he was on Denver. Y'all don't even know who Nurkic was.
I want to
back
remember
Yeah,
that
that's-
moment.
I feel you. I wasn't checking for him. I wasn't checking for the Euros like that. You know?
Hey, Jokic.
Jokic is not. They're all nice, but I'm
Yeah.
saying I wasn't checking for him. But now I saw him when he got to this market with the Blazers, and I saw how they were playing. He was playing with Dame and CJ, and I saw how much easier it was for him. And he even said it as well. So and they went 20-4. So I just gotta assume.
But are they gonna make the offs this year? Let's be.
Are they gonna make the offs?
Let's be clear. I mean,
There's
it's a
lot
tight
of
race.
teams.
It's
There's
a tight
lot
race.
of teams. They're in that
We
third
could go
tier
six-
of teams.
we could
at
go
the end of
6
the
deep.
At the end of the exactly.
We could go 6
I
deep
think
with
Minnesota's in that.
with the top teams right now.
Minnesota's in the third
Minnesota's
tier.
better than them.
They're not in the second tier.
No, they're not in the
They're
second
not with
tier.
OKC, the Spurs, and Golden State. Minnesota's not there. And for you to try to even put them
Is
there
Golden
lets
State-
me know a lot about you, Swab. that I
Okay,
didn't know
no,
prior to-
time out.
prior
Let's stop
before
this
tonight.
then, because you just said we haven't seen the Oklahoma City
Right,
Thunder do
right,
anything
right,
yet.
right.
They barely made the offs last year. I mean,
Yeah.
we haven't seen them do
But
anything.
they're
they got the MVP.
way better now.
They got the
Like,
MVP.
Let's be
Listen, they
clear.
got the MVP. Everybody's bought in.
Yeah, they're way
as
better.
as far as Minnesota goes, these guys haven't made
You know
the
what?
playoffs.
All right, let's stop it.
They-
There. We're
they-
gonna move it along because we're already way over budget right now.
Yeah.
Shout out to them for getting Jimmy
Yeah.
Butler.
I
though.
will.
That was
I
a
will.
good look.
Great
Yeah.
move.
And Jeff T.
Tibbs
And
all
Jeff T.
knowing.
And
Jamal Crawford.
And Taj Gibson.
So there's some DNA there.
absolutely.
Which one of you
Well,
hated on
it's-
Taj
it's
Gibson when we
playoff-
brought Taj Gibson up the other day?
I like it.
Probably me.
I like
Probably one of you
Looking
guys
like-
hated on it when
looking
I
like
brought
Drew
Taj
Gooden.
Gibson. That's
Looking like the new
slander.
Drew.
That's slander. Preseason just
He's
started.
number 97 now.
Yeah, right.
That's a hatred number in Black Moses' book.
Nah, he's 67.
67.
That's even worse.
Man, is he offensive lineman? Like, come on.
He basically
now.
chose his role.
Yeah,
he knows his
he
role
does.
now. Right?
Anyways, moving on from Taj Gibson. Preseason started yesterday. Lakers
Role
and
accepted.
Timberwolves. Timberwolves played, and the Nuggets and the Warriors played.
Yep.
Those defending champions got knocked off in that first preseason game. Lakers.
I'm nervous now.
Lakers. Lakers looked aight, had some troubles. But I just want to know real quick from you guys, after this preseason is said and done, is there anything you're looking for throughout these few preseason games? Is there something that you're looking forward to seeing, whether it's a team, whether it's just progression of those guys we talked about, or those different things going on? What are you guys looking for with that? That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. I'm looking forward to Brandon Ingram's shot selection. I'm really paying attention heavily on that.
Right.
With the pen and the pad. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm also looking forward to seeing OKC in action for the first time against some competition with the new squad. I'm also looking forward to seeing Frank Ntilikina.
I can't pronounce it yet. Still.
It's Nicotilina or something.
Ntilikina.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Yeah. Him and Porzingis. I think I want to see that.
Yeah.
And
let's not forget about Hernan Gomez.
Hernan Gomez
We
put
sleep on that.
They might be the new Gasol brothers.
Right.
Yeah.
They could definitely get to that.
They've
level.
also got Enes Kanter. Will he start over Hernan Gomez?
Hoodie Enos.
Easy there. Whoa.
Yeah.
Just put a hoodie on everybody.
All right.
Curse God, can we get hoodies up on us real quick?
Hey, look out for the No Hesi hoodie coming soon too, man.
Yeah.
We working on merch. You know what
You
I'm
can
saying?
wear that under your jersey. You know what I mean?
Cut off hoodie.
Yeah.
Good to go.
I think the name of the game is progression. Really, that's what I'm paying attention to. Like he said, Brandon Ingram. It's time for him to kind of take the next step on that roster.
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to watching the Sixers, man. It looks like that incubator is starting to kind of pay off a little bit.
Ex-incubator.
Yeah. So now you got Joel Embiid, who we saw last year.
Oh.
He almost won Rookie of the Year in 30 games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
that would be
I don't know if he's healthy right now.
Right,
So
right.
So as far as training
can
camp,
tweet.
as far as training camp goes,
He can tweet right now.
Embiid won't be participating. All right.
They got Markelle.
Yeah.
They just signed JJ Redick.
They got Ben Simmons.
They got Ben Simmons, who I personally, that's who I'm looking forward to seeing actually play in an NBA game.
Right.
Yeah,
Just because we haven't seen him yet, we really don't know what he can do.
We saw him for 10 minutes last year in the preseason. Is that what it was? Or summer league or something? 10 minutes and that was it?
Looks like he's trying to work on that form, So hopefully they can stay healthy enough for us to see what the process actually is.
Right. Yeah. That incubator finally, it's supposed to open this year.
Right.
In my mind, I thought this whole segment was gonna become like a Lakers love fest.
No. We
Deep
know
in
what
my
it
head,
is.
But we just brought up and mentioned. So you know what? Schwab's just gonna mention it. I'm looking forward to the Kings. I want to see what they're gonna be looking like.
Oh, really? You don't say.
Really? You know. So, but I'm also the few other teams that I'm really looking forward to, though, like you guys said, Oklahoma City, Boston. I want to see those big squads. Minnesota, what they're actually going to look like. There's a lot of middling teams in the West right now that I feel like we don't really know where they're at either. Even the East, there's only 2 or 3 or 4 teams in the East, and then you can forget about the rest of the East. So I just want to see where everybody's at right now overall, to see what they're looking like. A lot of new names, a lot of new faces and new places.
Shout out to D-Lo in Brooklyn.
D-Lo in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Your
I think they got
gone.
I think they got a cool young squad. I don't think they're gonna be as bad as everyone thinks they're gonna be. So I'm excited to see what they can grow into.
That's why Danny Ainge is ready to let go of that Brooklyn number 1 pick.
Exactly. We'll see though.
I don't know. I think they're gonna be pretty bad.
Well, they'll probably be in the bottom 5, but I don't think they're gonna be the worst.
They'll
team.
be entertaining to watch.
The Bulls are probably gonna be the worst.
The Bulls will be bad. Yeah.
They'll be a bad team.
I'm
this
looking
year.
forward to seeing Phoenix too.
Phoenix could be a young, exciting squad this year.
Yeah.
Devin Booker. I mean, I don't know what
He's a big man though.
I don't know what his progression gonna look like this year.
Right,
Because he
right.
already looks like
Can we say it's his squad?
it's his squad.
Definitely
Yeah,
his
it's his squad.
Man scored
Yeah.
73 points.
Yeah.
Like it's his squad.
He's got the key to the city.
Yeah.
He's the top float at the parade.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he's the boy.
Good-looking kid,
Good looking
too.
kid. Yeah.
Endorsement deals, the whole 9.
Yeah.
Those jerseys though.
You know what? For our last segment tonight, we wanted to bring you guys something that we love talking about. I'm obviously wearing one right now, we want to do a little game. Love it or hate it, new Nike NBA jersey editions. Nike jerseys dropped last week, 2 weeks ago. A lot of interesting choices for some of them, a lot of redesigns for a lot of teams, a lot of alternates that are a little eye-popping and out there. We're going to run down the 10 that we all decided on that we thought would be the most interesting to talk about. Just give me a yay or a nay and a quick reason why, because there's a lot of these that we differ on already when we talked about it in recent conversations. But yay or nay and a quick Kurt to God. You ready? All right. First one on that list, the Brooklyn Nets with the classic BKLYN jersey. I believe that's the statement jerseys or the statement jerseys, what they're calling them this year. It's an alternate jersey they can wear, black, real clean. What you guys think? Yay, nay?
Leak.
You cool with it?
I like it. I love it actually. I'm a fan of all black. That's like the intimidating in competition, and then also the initials on the front, real simple. It's kind of like I like that. I think it's a statement.
Classic Brooklyn. Screams Brooklyn.
Right.
I'm digging it as well. I like the trim too on the side, and like you said, just real sleek.
I did notice that. I'm in agreement too. I think that one's a yay for me. It's a great look. They actually got something that I think fits them with that team. At least for that black color, it looks great.
Shout out to Hova.
Mikhail Prokhorov, sell that team, make that money, man. Number 2 on this list, team we just talked about, the Phoenix Suns. And this is where I think we start to differ a little bit, because I think I got opposite responses from either of them when I was asking this question. Black Moses, you had the best response, I think, to the Phoenix Suns.
Well, if we're talking about the PHX joints, I think it looks like clip art.
Clip art?
Yeah, like the little 3D font. I think it looks a little cheap.
Right.
I'm not really rocking with them, honestly. And I just don't like the logo, the little Phoenix logo. I'm not really feeling them. I'm sorry.
I disagreed. I actually really like the way they have the white striping in with the orange and everything in that PHX. To me, it just looked good. It didn't really look too clip arty. I was dying the other night when I heard that. But at the same time, I think it looks good. I like that color scheme. It's a great new design from it. Kind of looks like the old 90s.
That's why I like it.
They had the kind of points on it was Phoenix. They had the kind of points on all the edges of the letters. It kind of reminds me of that. So that's why I dig it.
Yeah, I like it for the same reason. It kind of takes me back to the old days when Barkley and Kevin Johnson played for him. Mm-hmm. I always loved those colors. Rex Chapman, Dan Marley. I always like those colors right there. But it's a simple design. And I'm not looking for too much. I'm just looking for like if the colors are loud, then the design, if it's simple, I'm rocking with that. Phoenix has just enough flair on it, so I like that jersey.
The land got a facelift this year. I got 2 or 3 new jersey designs, logos, styles. They had the all black. It was the all black jersey with the C, and then they have that new red jersey, which I'm a little flip. I'm just gonna go first. I'm a little flip flop. I don't really dig the black jerseys. I don't like that C above the number. It looked funky to me. It looked weird. I love the red though. The red with the black or dark blue striping and the yellow with the Goodyear yellow logo and then the yellow font. Spot on. Whoever designed that one, I think it was great. What do you guys feel?
I don't like any of them.
Really?
I'm not feeling them. To me, they look like. I mean, it might be because they showed like the prototype with like the leggings, the compression pants on and all that, but it just looked like
it's a new wave in the NBA.
Yeah, they look like South Carolina's college football team. Like I just wasn't feeling it.
Or like a McDonald's squad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like the Gamecocks.
Yeah, exactly.
I just ruined those jerseys for myself. They look like McDonald's All-American
squads.
Yeah,
they do. Yeah, I'm not into it.
I'm gonna rear it back. I'm digging them. I like the black ones as well. Just because, like you guys said, the simplicity of it doesn't really need much. And it kind of like they're taking some of the design from the sleeve jerseys and like applying them to the like sleeveless tank style jerseys. Right. So I like them. I really like the red ones. I think they kind of pop a lot more than their past alternate jerseys. So I'm rocking with them. And I mean, when you're winning, everything looks good, right?
I agree.
So I like
doesn't matter what you look like.
No.
They're gonna look good regardless when it comes down to it.
Yeah. And now I do align with that statement.
Next on this list might be the most divisive one that we have on this list. The Minnesota Timberwolves had a complete revamp. They got a new white jersey, blue jersey, and that great statement lime green Seahawks looking color. Leak, what do you actually? I don't even know who I want to start with on this one because I think I'm in the minority on this one. But Leak, we're gonna start with Black Moses. Black Moses, what do you think?
You could tell by my reaction when he started. These jerseys disgust me. I mean, the last year's jerseys were perfectly fine, right? And then they go ahead and give us this varsity high school basketball team look with the lime green jersey.
Is it the plainness of the jersey that bugs you?
It's the plainness. It's the color scheme. It's all of that, man.
Because
it's
all of that
bad.
is why I loved that jersey. And I just thought it flowed and it looked good. It looked cool. The lime green is a bit much. I think we might have talked about, or no, me and Kurt talked about this the other day. The lime green is a bit much. But I love the blue and the white. I think they look great. They look clean. It's something different. It's a classic look. I'm rocking with it.
But it's like I could see it if Minnesota was like a classic team, though. Like, I feel like they were on a progression. They were trending to they were creating a new classic look. You know what I mean? My favorite jerseys with them was always the ones with KG with the kind of like the ripped claw numbering. Mm-hmm. So I thought that the newer ones kind of reminded me of that. And now they're going back to, I mean, I don't know. Shout out to Lake Minnetonka and all of that, man. Prince, R.I.P. Prince.
I don't think I knows
but
about
I'm
this.
just not,
we just dropped a Lake Minnetonka reference.
I'm not feeling these jerseys, and I'd like to know what y'all think about those, man. I'm not feeling that.
Man. That term, if it ain't broke.
One of Schwab's favorite terms.
They just fixed it. And in the worst way. I saw him in action last night, when I watched the Lakers game. Those jerseys, I didn't know how to pinpoint it, but yeah, they look like varsity jerseys. And where they made the huge mistake at is they also put the stripe in the shorts too.
Right, which is never a good look.
It's never like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like
I thought it was weird at first, but then I saw the little bit of green they had or a little different color they had at the bottom, and I was fine with it. I thought it flowed well.
They just got a stripe in the center area, like around there, like in the shorts. They got a stripe, so it almost looked like the waist section it's another one even. Mm-hmm. But that's like they'll get a pass for that. You know what I mean? There won't be public outcry about those.
Right.
That lime green joint though. Like when you gotta warn people you gotta let people know when you're wearing those. That way we could decide if we want to get our tickets or not.
Right.
Because they might as well give out glasses as well to protect your eyes from the ultraviolet rays coming off of those.
Right. Listen, if you're epileptic,
stay away.
Do not watch them on live
and Teague's
TV.
fast too. If Teague, he's on the break and he's maneuvering and that, somebody might just.
It's like Pokemon.
These next two jerseys we got, I think Kurt, you can run both of these next two teams we got on this list. They're both our squads: the Sacramento Kings, Los Angeles Lakers. The Kings revamped last year. No, look, the Kings revamped last year, so we all kind of knew what the jerseys looked like. When I asked who you guys liked, you each sent me a different one that you liked. Black Moses said he liked the black. The black jersey was the one that he rocked with. I was in agreement. I obviously like the purple jersey as well too. Leak, you sent me the white jersey. The King, and I also think it's a clean jersey. I also think with the Lakers, you don't need to change anything. It looks classic. I'm getting some pushback now because he didn't know I had the Lakers on this list, so maybe we'll see something different. But I like the Lakers jerseys as well too. I think they're clean. I think it looks good. You don't need to change too much on it. Black Moses, your retort.
I just feel like the Lakers didn't take any risk whatsoever. Like out of all the teams, I was looking to see at least an alternate or something. I was like, okay, that's different. Like something that they don't have to wear all the time, that doesn't clash with the classic, purple and gold, that we could give us a new look. And I feel like they just really just went. I mean, it's the same jersey that they've had for the last 80 years, right? Like, come on. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I just wanted something fresh, They got a new young team.
Right.
Something fresh would have been nice.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
In this case, I wish they would have at least tweaked it.
It's a little broke. It's cracked. It's not broke. It's just cracked. League, you're the one that brought this one up, and
Yeah.
I was in agreement when I first looked at it. So
I'm under the impression that the Lakers jerseys don't need fixing. Like I think just it is. I did feel a bit when I first saw the jerseys. I did feel a bit like, man, they didn't do nothing. Like
Right.
I did feel that feeling, so I know what you mean. But once I started. I think it was the picture that they released on Twitter. It was like Josh Hart, like, in the jersey.
Right.
And I saw the tech involved with the
That Nike
jersey.
tech.
I saw like it literally looked like Wakanda tech. You know what I mean? So from there I was like, okay, I could see how from a distance it may look the same, but when you get up close and personal, like all the jerseys, there's a very nice quality, authentic pop to it, and I'm kind of happy about us sticking to our guns in the midst of everybody, trying to be, to fix it.
It just feels like Christmas when all your cousins is opening up presents and you finally get your package and it's socks. You know what I'm saying? I need socks, but at the same time,
a little more special.
I want some tech.
Yeah, but as far as
Throwback ones.
they didn't do Nike ones, Nike didn't do a throwback one.
Did they?
I don't think they did.
Kurt Lee Esquire.
Was it Nike check on
We're
a
getting the
throwback one?
confirmation from Kurt that they got throwbacks
Okay.
now.
I didn't even see
Nike
my.
has to make all of them.
Right, but I mean, as far as
Like, will they be wearing those
and the
Ultimates?
gold though?
Huh?
Is there a white, a black, or something?
Powder blue.
I know that was like
Oh, they going back to that one.
That was old MLPS one. I don't know if they're gonna wear it though, because they don't
Got
wear.
shown with the rest of the jerseys.
Okay.
We're being told in the newsroom that they were showed with the rest of them when they had it out
And there it is.
that skipped over my knowledge.
I
I
didn't know
apologize
either.
for that.
I really like the Kings joints though. The black ones to me seems very aggressive,
Yeah.
and the little emblems in the.
It's like some
Chainmail,
triangles
in
like
there.
chainmail in there. or
Yeah, I'm
something
feeling
they were
that.
going for.
De'Aaron Fox gonna look real nice in that one for sure.
This next team we got on our list.
I like the Kings jerseys too, by the way.
Oh, I thought we all said it. My bad.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
probably
I'm in
did.
agreement. The next team we got on this list, they seem to have a new jersey, new alternate jersey every year, whether it's a Chinese New Year one or something different. This one was a little bit different than any jersey I think we've ever seen. I wasn't really rocking with the picture, but the fact that they're Oakland, it's the Golden State Warriors, I'm okay with the oak tree, the town jerseys. I just don't like the fact that it says the town, even though I know Oakland is the town. I just think it's weird. Like, it's like what are the ones, the North, the Raptors wear the North jerseys. Like,
But they don't have that on
What
the
is the-
jerseys though. It's just their
what is-
T-shirts.
not the, what am I thinking of?
The-
Pacers. The Pacers wear those, the hickory. They have the ones that say hickory. It's kind of like that.
No, the Toronto wears the Husky.
Huskies,
Yeah,
yeah. Not even like the Husky, but the hickory. Like,
Or like Clutch City for like.
Yes, I'm not a huge fan of that.
But we all know that Oakland is literally
The
named
town.
the town.
I know,
So
but-
just based off of that, and we've known that here in this hub for like decades. To see it on the jersey and now mainstream, I love that. I
All
love
you
that. I
Warriors
love that.
fans, go spend your money, go get these jerseys, whatever.
Listen,
This is what it
every
sounds like when you don't win over 30
This
games.
is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Listen, every dreadhead in Oakland will have a the town jersey popping come
Yeah.
season. All
Yeah.
right. Now, but like I said, it's like they took the sleeve jersey look because they had a black jersey look last year.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure it either said the city or the town.
It did. It said the city.
It said
on
the
it.
city
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
So Oakland's losing all types of sports franchises right now. Let's throw them a bone. Let's give them the town jersey and let's call it a day. Because in a couple of years, Golden State's going to be out of Oakland anyway. So
And they're the champs. I mean, why would we question anything that they do
I can't
at this point?
Los Angeles Clippers went back to kind of their old roots of the early 2000s with that blue Clippers jersey. I was rocking. I liked it. I thought it looked cool. I thought it looked like the old jerseys. Schwab, if you guys didn't know, used to be a Clippers fan back in there. At least I like Darius Miles for whatever godforsaken
that
reason.
team too. Yeah.
You're rich, Elton Brand, bring it.
Yeah.
Elo,
Corey Maggette,
Corey Maggette,
Kevin
Jeff
Dooling,
McGinnis.
Jeff McGinnis. Yeah.
Name all these boys.
Cornroll Corey is what they called him.
But I think there's some dissension with who did and did not like these jerseys. I'm gonna start with Leak for this one because you're the one that sent me this picture. What do you think about these Clippers jerseys?
I think the overall taste of the Clippers is just not my preference. Period. The jerseys, I don't think they look horrible once I saw the full body, but I just don't like anything Clippers. So that might be the Laker blood starting. That might be the Laker potion starting to go throughout my body. But yeah, I just
might be. Black Moses, were you rocking with the Clippers' new blue jersey?
Trash.
One word answer.
That's all I'm gonna give you.
Let's keep it moving. Philadelphia 76ers got a couple new jerseys. One's looking like last year's Christmas jersey, that Sixers, the red one with the Sixer going on the side. Kind of looks like the Christmas Day font from last year. Speaking of, the Sixers will be playing on Christmas Day this year, so maybe they were going for that look. But what do you guys think? They had the blue ones that had the PHILA on there. They had a couple different ones. But you guys rocking with the Sixers' new updates?
I'm rocking with everything coming out of that camp right now.
Trust the process is flowing right
The
now.
process is trusted as of now, so far.
We are trusting the process.
I love them. I love the classic feel. I mean, it's just I always love the Sixers jerseys. So I mean, pretty much that was one of the early favorites.
That's like the best thing going for them, right?
I'm in agreement. I think they look good. The color schemes are great. That red and blue works perfectly together. Last team we got on this list, I think we all can say that these ads, not all of the ads that are going to be on the jerseys for the first time this year, not all of them look great. I'm a little bugged and perturbed that Sacramento Kings logo is going to be blue diamond almonds.
Just the big triangle or
wait,
the
there.
diamond right there.
Yeah,
There's some good almonds.
there is some.
They're pretty good.
Nobody cares. Yeah, but get something else. It's like when we had Sleep Train Arena, or what was it? Not Fitbit, but Power Balance Pavilion. Like it just sounds so bootsy. I think one of the best ad sponsors on the jerseys, the Charlotte Hornets, sponsored by Jordan Brand. I don't think you could have gone any other way. I think that was the best choice. And I'm sorry, but those jerseys look clean with that Jordan logo on there. It looks like those college teams. The Michigan, I think UNC has it now. They're the only two teams that are sponsored by Jordan Brand.
The ceiling is the roof.
Exactly, and it looks great. They have the purple jersey as their new alternate. They have that classic teal color, and they're also bringing back Kurt. I don't know if I sent you that picture. I don't think I did, but they're bringing back the old school like teal blue with the green and the purple stripe. Kind of in the front. It was a random one they had back in the day with like Larry Johnson, Muggsy Bogues era Hornets. I'm rocking with that. I think the only picture they had of it was like a store employee like holding it, and it was kind of as she was folding it. So that's why I probably didn't send it to Kurt. Right. But I think they're going to be great. I think they're going to look clean. What do you guys think? Leak.
I like the Jordan logo on it. I thought that was pretty ill.
That's about it.
The colors they're cool. I mean I guess.
Or is Dwight Howard weighing you down with this decision right now?
I mean,
and Lamb.
They're cool.
And Jeremy Lamb.
Let's call it there. Call it even. Yeah. Black Moses.
I like them, man. I've always liked Charlotte's jerseys, though. Aside from that weird period of time where they changed their name to the Bobcats, which was like, I feel like the NBA wants us to forget that ever happened, right?
That?
Like David Stern is kicking himself in the backside right now for allowing that to happen.
Bobcats.
But
like a G League team.
Shout out to the G League too, man. We're gonna have the No Hesi G League podcast.
I see you out there, Vander.
Yo, keep putting in that work. But I've always liked the colorways. I've always liked the purple and the teal look. Even with the pinstripe joints, I thought those were tight. So now that they got the MJ,
do a separate G League.
Yeah, we gonna do a separate G League podcast.
Talk about the G League season coming up.
No,
worthy of a two-way.
Developmental hoop cast.
No, but I mean, yeah. Aside from that, man, I like them. I think they're cool. Shout out to Jordan. I mean, hey, but you need to lower the prices of your shoes, brother. I'm looking at
They're
you.
overrated anyways. Well, we tried to keep it short and sweet tonight, but I'm looking at the time right now. We went a little bit longer than necessary. Did something new tonight. We streamed. Is tonight the first time we streamed from Twitch, Kurt to God? Yes, it is. So the first time we're streaming from Twitch tonight. You can blast us on all social media, though. We got the YouTube popping, Twitter, Instagram, everything. Schwab's thinking about getting on the Twitter tomorrow. I haven't done social media in years. I'm thinking about getting on Twitter and doing a live tweet session during the Kings game tomorrow. So if you want to hit me up, ask me any questions, we might have to do that tomorrow. But
What's
I'll
that
be
at
there.
MVP?
You're the social media god.
No, I'm not. Don't do that. Why would you even do that?
No, it ain't me.
Yeah.
So I gotta defer to you guys on this one.
We've got a guy named Hector. He's a social media guy. So he'll
Hector, thank you.
What is it? No at no Hesi hoops for Twitter.
What's the Twitch and the YouTube?
Twitch is no Hesi hoops as well.
Okay.
YouTube is no Hesi hoopcast. Swab, tell them yours. That way they can watch the game with you. Or
It's gonna be on the No Hesi Twitter.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Schwab don't have a Twitter, so I have to hack
Even
into
better.
this thing and insert myself into the network.
There might be a little opposing views coming out of that because the Lakers also play tomorrow. So
You might see the duality.
you'll see
a couple different.
You'll literally
logins in
see
that.
the matrix and the reality of hoop life.
Or is that
at
a
the
thing we
same
can
time.
post in the comments below or post in the description the link? Is that something we can do? Kurt's giving me at least a head shake, so I'm gonna roll with that.
Man, hit us up too, man. If you guys want us to talk about anything in particular,
Whatever
or
you want to talk about, hit us up.
if we missed something, let us know, man. Subscribe, do all of that.
Call
stuff,
us
man.
out, because God knows they will when I miss something
I'll
in
say,
the pre-prep work
or
that
if
they
you
didn't
gotta-
let me know about. But
If you got a bone to pick with this, because I know these takes.
we're always
They're
up for
very heavy,
arguments.
So if you got a bone to pick,
Schwab, can I say one last thing before we get out of
I
here?
really don't want you to, because I really don't know where this is coming from, but I'm gonna allow
Nah,
it.
it's a real moment. I think I can speak for all of us when I say there's a lot of negativity coming out of the NFL sports world right now. So, on behalf of us all, I just like to say, hoop back, baby.
Yeah,
You ain't got to worry about that with Adam Silver, okay?
For League. Oh, League, you got anything last
No.
things to say? I always cut you guys off too early. It
I'm
seems like, but-
just loving it. I'm loving that Who's back. I feel so at home. Saying this state. The last quarter of the year. So I'm just appreciative to be back for another season. We're gonna be going in.
I know I was juiced when I saw preseason started last night, and I realized that we're literally 2-3 weeks away from hoops. So I was definitely juiced. For Black Moses and Leak and Kurt to God in the back, no one ever sees Kurt to God.
The
but
producer of
Kurt.
No Hesi.
Kurt to God is the man behind the scenes. I am J.R. Schwab. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. We are No Hesi Hoopcast. Peace.
Schwab.